All right, boys and girls, believe it or not, this is your last review video for Simple Solution, as it is the last lesson in the entire book. So great job persisting and working hard to finish all the lessons in your Simple Solution math book. We are going to go over number 5 and number 7. So to start with, for number 5, it is completing the pattern as well as describing it. So it starts with 8 and then 15, 22, and then we need to give the next 3 numbers. So when we're trying to figure out what the pattern is so that we can continue it, we see that it goes from 8 to 15. So we know that they've got to be adding to it, right? Because it's not going smaller, it's getting a bigger number. So I like to put 8 in my head, and then using my fingers, I count up to 15 to see how many they were adding. So I'm at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I know that they added 7 for the pattern, but I do want to make sure that it keeps adding 7, because sometimes patterns might add 7 and then add 10 and then add 7 and then add 10. So I want to see if it's going to keep adding 7 or if the pattern's going to change. So I'm going to do the same thing for going from 15 to 22. So I'm at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay. It is adding 7 again. So I know that the pattern's just going to continue that same thing. So for describing the pattern, I could say that they're adding 7 every time, or it's increasing by 7. So I'm at 22, I'm going to add 7. So 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Very important that I take my time and make sure that I'm getting each number correct, because if I get the first one wrong, it's going to make my next ones also wrong. So I want to make sure I'm careful. So 29 plus 7, so again, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. And then my last one, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Okay. And so there are the rest of the terms of the pattern. And if you also, when you're describing it, you could put that it goes even, odd, because we see, right, 8 is even, 15 is odd, 22 is even, 29 is odd, 36 is even, and 43 is odd. So you could also include that when you're describing the pattern there. And the very last one that we will be reviewing is number 7. The fountain in the center of town holds 39 liters of water. If 850 milliliters evaporate, how many milliliters of water will be left in the fountain? So we know that 850 milliliters evaporate, and they want the answer also in milliliters. So I need to convert the liters part of this into milliliters. So I need to figure out how many milliliters would this be in the fountain. So to do that, I'm going to draw out my conversion chart. So King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk. So King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk. Okay? And I'm at liters, which means that's where I'm going to start at the U, because that stands for unit, and liters, the unit we're using. So we're starting right here on unit. And we're going all the way down to the bottom, because this would be milliliters. So I'm going to jump down 1, 2, 3 spaces, which means I need to add 3 zeros to my 39. So 39 liters is the same thing as 39,000 milliliters. So if the fountain started, I'm going to erase it so I have more room. If the fountain started with 39,000 milliliters of water and 850 were evaporated, or basically lost, right? They went out into the sky. I know that I need to take that away to figure out how much water is actually left. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 5 I cannot do. So I need to regroup. I can't regroup from its neighbor because it's also a 0. So I go to the 9. He becomes an 8, right? Drops 1 off here, making this a 10. But then I need to borrow from that guy, so he turns into a 9, and my original 0 turns into a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 8 is 1. 8 minus nothing is 8. 3 minus nothing is 3. So in the fountain, there are 38,150 milliliters of water left. And that is my final answer. Please feel free to reach out to your teacher if you have any other questions, especially since this is the last day of you. You didn't even have to do a lesson today. You just had to watch this review video. So since you are all done with your book, please feel free to email your teacher if you have questions about any of the types of problems. Okay? Great work.